Hey guys, it's the Deplorables podcast, and welcome back to episode 2. I'm Cody, or Codus, or Templar of Hell, depending on how they do it. We have Demon of Ward and Rylan. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god!
That was quite the intro. Oh shit.
I don't know, I'm not good at this. Just cut it.
That was great. No, that was good. You got any specific topics for today, Cody?
I gotta hold back the not appropriate comments for one split second before I answer that. Did you know that elephants are losing their tusk?
Yes. Aren't they doing that to protect them?
No, it's actually naturally. Well, not technically naturally, but it's a mix of the gene that makes it where they don't grow as large or no tusk at all is becoming more prevalent because the breeding, the competition of tusked elephants are being shot by poachers. So that's where the natural sense comes. Is naturally, you can only breed with what you got.
Yeah. So, aren't they trying to do that with rhinos, too? But aren't they just cutting them off rhinos and setting them loose?
Yes, rhinos do it for more mating, and it decreases their chances of finding a mate slightly, but at the same time, when it's in season, they gotta get what they gotta get, but with elephants, it's a tool to get food and stuff, so it's a little different.
Nice. Oh, shit. Maybe if people just quit, being fucking retarded and killing them for fucking Chinese people who think it's going to make their goddamn dick go bigger, that might help as well, but that's not probably going to happen.
Another issue is a tusk is a type of tooth, whereas a horn is just a bone growth, so you can really just rip those suckers out willy-nilly.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, it causes a lot more harm for the animal when it's a tusk.
Shit. Interesting. Brandon, you got anything you want to talk about?
No, not really.
What's the point of you even fucking being here? Goddamn. I'm just kidding.
That's a
background noise.
Every time you talk, there is background noise.
Exactly. I'm fulfilling my part.
Kind of how he is, just there for background noise.
Just the white noise giver.
Well, if nobody else has any topics for now, I, for one, have something I am very eager to talk about. And I do, before we get into this, I want to make it clear. I'm not saying I'm glad this happened. I'm not at all saying this is glad because this is very bad. But I do want to say that I'm sick of some of the because this is new, right? This is literally just fucking happened. So I feel like we're pioneering. We're not pioneering it, but we're joining the pioneers of the pioneering.
Second wave.
Yeah, we're second wave. So basically, what happened is this is at a Travis Scott concert that just happened. I've never fucking liked Travis Scott. You know the guy who tried to dress up as Batman and made it brown and look like a fucking roach man? That Travis Scott?
Yeah.
The Travis Scott McDonald's meal. That Travis Scott, the one who fucking does Fortnite shit.
Count.
Okay, well, anyway. He had a fucking concert. Literally, this just fucking happened. Not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, this concert happened. It was that night. And essentially, he's been known for this to happen. He's been known to encourage fans just hoarding places and hoarding his concerts. Just waves of Black Ops zombies just running through there and just fucking overwhelming, just crowding each other. He's been known to do that. It's obvious why, because there's more tickets being sold. But he squeezes as many people as he can into his fucking little shitty ass fucking concerts where he just sits up there with a goddamn.
Die.
Yeah, I'm
what COVID restriction?
I'm getting to that. You gotta
Get your vaccine.
We gotta get the lore in the way here first, guys. We gotta get lore established. He's been known to like encourage this shit, and that's dangerous for many reasons, and we're gonna get into that. Basically, what happened was over 300 people were injured at this event, and 8 people fucking died.
Good.
It's not. Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's funny in the sense that people like worship this
Died.
piece of shit. Like they worship this piece of shit, and they've always like defended all the shitty things he's done before. But they're even defending him now. And I want to get into why this is his fault. It's not entirely his fault. The people orchestrating the event, it's all their fault too. But the reason I say it's their fault is because, for one, he has all these people flooding into his fucking concert, and they're like literally sitting there. I'm going to get into how they died first. I should probably establish that. Basically, they died from being crushed. Not trampled, but there was so many fucking people there that nobody could even move from the spot they were standing in. That's how bad it was. And people like were just fucking twerking and like just fucking jumping around and shit. And so many people were just getting like slammed into each other that it was literally just collapsing them and they couldn't breathe. It was that fucking bad. So they were just having like fucking cardiac arrest and shit just in the middle of this concert, just suffocating. And people were dying, and people were getting injured and just collapsing and getting knocked out. And of course, when you collapse, you just get fucking trampled. Nobody gives a shit. They're just getting stepped on and crushed. So that's basically how everybody was. What was you saying, Cody?
I'll say, yeah, in those situations, your diaphragm can't properly dilate, and thus you can't get enough oxygen. Eventually, you pass out, fall to the ground, and they just jump on you.
Yeah, that's
not
exactly
saying
how it happened.
Like monkeys. Apes, chimps, Neanderthals, Alabamans, the Poles, Jet peoples, inferior
pulled out of this dictionary.
Races, such as the Slavs.
Don't attack those poor Russian people. They didn't do anything to you.
It's okay, they're white. We can't possibly be... Hey, they killed my mans. Yo, R.I.P. my...
I was gonna say it was primarily white people that were at the thing. Like honestly, it was primarily white people acting like a bunch of fucking deplorables. So, but let me explain why I fully blame Travis Scott though and the people at the event. Now this is gonna come off funny. I know it is. You guys are gonna fucking laugh as soon as I say this. But basically, they were grabbing the people that were fucking dying and just dead, like literal. You can find these videos. You can search it up right now. And it's not even on like sketchy ass websites. You can find it straight off YouTube and Reddit and shit. They were picking up these lifeless bodies and just like wave. You know how like the stereotypical rock star like jumps into the crowd and they carry him, like that type deal. They were just wave carrying these dead fucking bodies across the crowd, and Travis Scott up on his fucking podium stops singing in the middle of his thing and goes, "Hey, get that guy out of here! He's fucking dead! He's fucking dead!
He needs some milk!"
And he's literally just like, "Hey, get them out of here!" Clearly seeing that he's fucking dead. Like, he's just dead. There is people literally just getting up. There's people climbing up, screaming at Travis, telling them, "Hey, there's people dying. Do you not see the ambulances and medics rushing through the crowd? There's people dying." And all Travis does is scream at them to get down or they're kicked out. He didn't give two fucks. And people were defending him, saying it's not his fault the concert went this way. Yes, it is! He literally said, "Get a dead body out of here," and he yelled at people trying to tell him to shut the concert down. People are dying.
Yeah, because that's controversy, and that's more attention on his name. Same thing with when they go,
he made a big old fucking post about it, trying to say that he was fucking sorry about it and shit. But like, you see the video of him screaming about it. Like, what the fuck?
That they always do that shit. They're a personality that's being sold. They have to act like they give a rat's ass.
Yeah.
Money.
And the
Money,
people
money.
that orchestrated the whole event too aren't no better. They didn't fucking shut it down. They didn't do anything to help.
I cared less than he did.
Mm-hmm.
Heard you more, I bet.
Yeah.
Coach was like, I'm going to sing, I'm going to act like a retard on stage, and then I'm going to go home. And they're like, you need to kill people so that way we get advertisement for free money.
Yeah,
Schmeckle, schmeckle.
And his blind little cult following doesn't give a fuck either. They're the ones defending him right now. Like, they're literally, like, keyboard warrior arguing with people about how it's not his fault. I don't see how you can defend... Now, and here's the thing. These people paid money to see him. They are big fans. They are big fans of him. And they fucking died because of him. And people were defending that. Why did it get quiet?
Oh, I was just letting everyone finish.
Oh,
well,
I thought I stopped so you could speak your part.
Well, I have to put it on speaker, so it overcuts when everyone else is talking.
Oh.
You know the Rocky meme. If he dies, he dies.
Yeah. That was Travis Scott's fucking motto there.
You know who we need to run security for him?
Who?
Alec Baldwin. Current events.
Oh my god, dude. You just opened a whole nother can of fucking worms.
And I'm about to eat them all rectally.
Oh, shit. Brandon, do you know anything
Just shoved a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass. I'm sorry, what?
Do you know anything about Alec Baldwin right now?
No, I do not.
Oh, Cody, do you want to take this one or you want me to take it?
I'll try to start to take it. I didn't really research into it. I just know the general process of what happened.
I know the whole fucking backstory behind it too, and the person that's basically responsible for it. I know, like, I to this day I don't understand how this happened again, but I'll let you kick it off.
All right, so they're filming, right? And in the scene, Alec Baldwin's character had a gun, and apparently they called cut or something. And he went to fire the blank. Now, Alec Baldwin, if you didn't know, is quite a leftist person who doesn't like doing his Donald Trump character because people said he did it too well and looked like him. And he was like, no, I'm not Donald Trump. Because, you know, everyone's a whiny little brat about politics. I don't care about politics, just to get that through. And what happened was, his dumbass decides, I'm going to do a joke, and I'm going to fire a blank, point blank, at some people, and, you know, it'll be funny, ha 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 ha, you know, we're all stressed out about the movie. Well, what dumbass doesn't understand is the blank still shoots something out. And what happened was, it wasn't a blank, it was a live round, because the armors in Hollywood are actually retarded, and they don't ever do their job. I don't know why they even let those people be unsupervised at any point in time. He shot someone through the stomach, and it hit someone else, and apparently one of them died. And the other one was rushed to the hospital. I don't know if they passed to their injuries yet or not, or they made a full recovery. It sounded like they were just going to make it. It just ripped through the meat.
Yeah, so there's a lot to dig up behind this. So let me clarify too, like when the shot went off, what actually happened was, that's partly what happened, and then there's another part to that. Basically, this is so bad. You're about to get your mind blown on how this even happened with all this information already being known to the people that was involved in it. Essentially, the gun they used for this, it was already known to have misfires. They already knew that it had misfires before.
Jesus.
It's been known to do this. So what happened was, he was practicing his quick draws, and they was telling him to point it at somebody basically to practice aiming in on something. So he had to have something, to aim in on. And
yeah, mimicking.
Yeah.
Or miming, as they actually say.
So he was just looking at whoever was in the background, and it was it was something director. It wasn't a director, like a main director. There was a director over a specific department there. Like I can't
Cinematographer?
remember what it was. Yeah, the photographer. It was like the photography director or whatever.
Cinematographer.
Yeah, that person.
They manage the little shots and how it looks.
Yeah, it was that.
Make it pretty.
Well, he was using her, and as he fucking went to unholster it, it fucking fired. Like, it fired as he unholstered it, and it shot right through her. Like you said, it went straight through her stomach and hit someone behind her. And she fucking died, and the person behind him got injured. But here's where it gets even fucking crazier. So it's already a mind-boggling, like, thing that they let this fucking person use a gun that's been known.
Well, he obviously is not a... Well, this guy also... Alec Baldwin, I doubt, had any proper gun safety training. He probably put his finger right on the trigger, because first off, why would it even... Like, you can mime with your finger off the trigger. Hell, I'll do it right now, because I use my pistol, and I've jokingly done all quick draw, but, I also, it's not loaded or anything. But look, what do you know? You guys can't see, but my finger is on the side of the weapon, the FBI style, or federal agent. I do the federal agent style. Some people will do the in loop. I don't like the in loop.
Yeah. What was I saying? Fuck. I lost the information. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, not only is it crazy that this fucking gun has been known to have misfires, but it's like you said about the safety, too. For one, the shots that were in it weren't blanks. Why
did it even have shots at all?
Yeah, I'm going to get to that. That's why this is where it gets, like, fucking unbelievable. So they were supposed to be blanks. They were supposed to be. And for one, even if it's a blank, you don't want to aim at somebody, regardless.
No, they shouldn't have live fire on the set at all. I don't know why that...
Oh, I'm about to get to that.
That's a range only.
That's about to get funny. It's like it's funny, but it's not, because of what happened ended up killing people. But basically, there was 2 live rounds left in it. And why is that? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because the armorer kept going outside and fucking shooting the gun off. In between
That's
things.
the problem with armorers. That's the problem with the armorers. They hire fucking children to do it. And I mean like man-child. And they act like such dumbasses. Like the famous Will Smith smacking out of the guy's hand. Mm-hmm. That's how those people are. They're like, I get to play with guns. And they're undisciplined. They are the kind of people that, you see on the media warns you about. Like, I put a thing in my car that says, I'm the gun-owning American that the news says you should fear. Yeah, because you're unfucking disciplined, and you walk around like you're a fucking badass, and you can't hit anything more than probably 2 feet away from you, because all you do is go bam, 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 bam.
That's why it gets even better. The armor that was in this, there's 2 things to this. For one, they're not. Mm-hmm. They're a backup. This wasn't the armorer they were supposed to have in the first place. And the specific armorer that is in this and did this and caused this has been known to be a problem in other sets. They've done this before. They have been a problem with the guns in other movies. And they still hired them.
They need to have the same rules that the medical field has, where you do one fucking thing like that, you lose your ability and you're banned from practicing for life.
Yes.
Like, they take your license, you can't even fucking, apply, because they will flag your ass. Like I've told you guys, but the retard who decided, I'm gonna pick a child up on a backboard and hang it over like a piece of timber. And then the doctor had the nurses grab the child off of him, and then personally dragged him by the back of his shirt into his office, called up the medical, board that he already knew personally, and they all just started screaming at him over a phone call, and him in person screaming at him how he's an absolute disgrace of a human being.
Yeah.
And now he's not allowed practicing anything medical.
That's how it should be with serious things like that. That's how it should freaking be. Because you know what this armorer's done before? Here's just a few examples. I've heard of other ones and I forget what they were. You'd have to look them up. But the 2 main ones I know are, one, he was this, and it's a chick. I'm not saying that women can't handle guns. I'm just saying, so I can clarify, it's a she and a he. She was on set with a movie with Nicolas Cage, and she was, again, going out back and just fucking shooting the gun off for no reason. And I guess she didn't give anybody warnings or anything either. Like, she didn't tell...
I bet she's a fat fucking lesbian one, too, that's like, oh, women can handle it, puts the goddamn scope on a shotgun, shoots a watermelon.
Yeah. Dude, of all fucking people, Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah, that's why it
fucking
gets
serious?
good.
That guy's
Sorry,
been
kid.
in so many fucking action movies. It's not even funny. If you're with him and you don't know simple gun safety, you have literally got to be the dumbest person on the face of the planet.
Oh, it gets good. It gets good. So what happened?
Put her with Steven Seagal. He'll probably use the opportunity to shoot her. Like, oh no, bam! Sorry, it was my quick reflexes. By the way, I'm best friends with the dictator. Huh huh.
Great Steven Seagal impression.
Deadly weapon. My hands are.
Like how we're talking about gun safety, and I'm sitting here playing with my fucking gun.
Is it loaded?
Go off in here.
Oh, it's not loaded.
All right. I let you. Furthermore, when it comes to gun safety, I know I sound like a liberal when I talk about it, but I have multiple guns. Some of them are cocked, loaded, safety off, but they're on a gun rack. I live by myself, and I have one leaning against my toilet.
He's only got 7 children in his house.
And I teach my children at birth to handle a 9.
As you should.
Oh, I don't have them where the cats will knock it down or pull the trigger or anything like that, because I know those retards will.
That would be fucking bad, because they would. That would probably make you shit your pants.
Imagine one cat's just standing at the end of the barrel like, ooh, look at that dark hole, and then the other one's just like, hey, is this a camera? Bang!
Well,
Cat's just
we have
incinerated,
ADHD
and
out
other
the
one's just
ass
like,
because we
bruh.
can't keep a story straight, but a guy did get shot because he laid his gun down, took a piss, and a snake crawled into it and pulled the trigger. Shot him in the ass. My butt cheeks! It went straight through both my cheeks!
Wanna see my scarf?
By the way, if you're ever gonna get shot, I know everyone thinks that would be a decent place because, you know, no real damage. But remember this, every time you take a shit, those are getting pulled, pushed, or, retraction, blah, 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 as they say. But, yeah, think about it. Every time you go to sit down, you're touching where you just got shot, and that shit makes you sore. Because that's chunks of your body being ripped and pushed out by, like, a solid mass.
I mean, or you could just be like Forrest Gump and be like, oh no, I got shot in the butt cheek, continues to run.
Something jumped up and bit me.
Jenny.
Forrest, that was a 7.62 by 39. It just ripped right through your ass cheeks. Oh, well, Bubba was injured. I had to save him. Pulls his pants down on live television right in front of, Richard Nixon, was it?
Yeah, the president.
Or was it JFK? What a hell of a time to be alive. No wonder boomers are so retarded. Have you seen their leaders?
Hey, back on the subject.
Yeah.
There's still more to it.
Oh, there's a lot to it. There's a lot I gotta get out. So with the Nicolas Cage thing, though, basically, she just started fucking shooting out back. Didn't tell anybody. Didn't give a warning. No hint that she was going to do that. And it was by where Nicolas Cage was and a bunch of other people. And he just looks over at me and he's like, "Are you fucking serious? What the fuck? You just blew my goddamn eardrums out. Fucking unprofessional." And he just started screaming at her and shit. So that happened. Then the second thing was she literally... So this is another thing that I think is dumb as fuck in movies. They don't distinguish a difference between prop guns that are fake, like an actual fake gun that would never be able to shoot, and a real gun that's designated for props only, that could still shoot if you put a bullet in it. They call them...
There is supposed to be a process. There is supposed to be a process, but again, those armors are retarded and they don't follow it. Mm-hmm. Because obviously you can't walk around with an orange gun, like, or any close-up where it's, metal, because in Hollywood, they use rubber weapons, mainly for knives, because stuff that's easy, you're like, oh, just slash around real quick and they'll fix it in post. Yeah. But when it comes to, firearms and up close, you can tell if it's polymer or if it's metal. Mm-hmm. So what you're supposed to do is, well, like California wants to do with real firearms whenever you're moving it anywhere, is they've got these little, I can't remember the exact name. I got one right here, actually. They got like a fake bullet and something that wedges into your, where the action goes. I can't remember. It's just, whenever you get a new gun, it's in there. That's all I can tell you. And it's supposed to, show that you're carrying it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or transporting and
That's
stuff
not
like
a
that.
bad
It like, breach block or something stupid. I want to say the breach is, at the end? Or is that a hinge thing? Like, what do they call it? Break action. Or is that a break action term?
I'm not sure, actually.
I'm not a weaponsmith and I'm not an armorer, so...
Yet we seem to know more than the armorers of Hollywood.
They basically look at a piece of paper that says, I know what this part is. On an average AR-15, I'm a smarty pants.
Mm-hmm.
But no professionalism, no actual gun expertise in the real world that could be useful. They just get a piece of paper that says, this is a gun, yes or no, and it shows a pistol. It's like, yes. Oh, well, you're past. Here you go.
But the other thing she did was on a movie set, there was a kid. I can't remember who the kid was or what movie it was for. She's every time she's handed somebody a gun, I guarantee you she doesn't. This is the one that pisses me off. When they go and hand guns to somebody on these sets, because they classify them as a prop gun, they don't take gun safety with it. They don't. You know how every time somebody hands you a gun, you always open up the fucking clip or the barrel or anything, and you make sure that it's not fucking loaded. Don't matter how much you trust a person. You make sure that gun is not loaded. That's basic gun safety. You know they don't do that because they call them a prop gun. She gets this kid and hands this kid a real fucking gun and lets him run around and play with it. This same armor, this same one that did the thing with Nicolas Cage and got Alec Baldwin to shoot someone. The same one did this. And they still
Some people are just beyond savingly stupid.
And this is the same one. They still hired her. They still brought her in as a backup to replace the person that was supposed to be there. Knowing she's done this stuff before. Knowing that.
Do they not do background checks anymore? Or what the hell's going on?
I don't know. That's what...
Oh, I bet I know what part of it is. Is she's cheap, and these movies don't exactly have the best budget considering they just blew it on a major actor that'll bring tickets.
Probably.
Ticket sales, I mean.
And that
because that's the thing too, is like you get what you pay for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of these people like to charge a lot for their services too. Is a big problem. Is like you just don't want to go back to having an actual job. You want to make as much money as possible off the thing you got your bullshit degree in.
Yeah.
Kind of like gender studies teachers.
Oh God.
It's a topic for another podcast.
Yeah.
No, I'm just using an example of bullshit. Charges for bullshit diplomas that don't service anything.
There's really not many jobs that's ever going to give you I couldn't think of one job off the top of my head that would involve a gender study diploma.
This teaching gender studies, it's a self-feeding cycle. That's the biggest issue with it.
No, that's stupid.
Yeah.
But this whole set for this movie, it's Rust. The movie's Rust, if you guys didn't know. Not based on
because
even though
the Call of Duty
people getting shot, it probably should be, but
isn't an old west, like it's out in the western areas,
and that's what made it bad too. They actually filmed this fucking movie in the middle of nowhere, and so many people on the set were just miserable and hated it because it was just hot. They had like hardly any communication. I guess they were they're basically just in the middle of nowhere fucking filming this movie, and everybody just hated it and was ready to go home. But
they also they make them wear what they think was authentic back then, so you'll have them in this hot fucking leather and all this other dumb shit Hollywood thinks is accurate. So they're even more miserable because they can't take it off. So what happens is, again, what the gun thing is, a lot of people are just trying to get the damn thing done and over with. So they just they cut corners, and they're just trying to rush through it to get it done and over with. And that is where a lot of accidents start to come in.
Sounds about right.
Like how most car accidents happen on the way home.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're already fucking miserable. What the fuck? Okay. But yeah, the fucking armor, dude. They already. So let's get the list going here. The armor is known to have problems, known to not take things serious. Had several complaints. Several people were tired of her in movies. They don't want her back. They knew the gun has had misfires before, apparently. They knew it was a real gun. The armorer who went out back, was shooting it. They handed it to Alex, and he didn't use basic guns. And that's where I get mad, because a lot of people are like, I feel so bad for Alex. No. Why didn't he check the chamber? Why didn't he check if there was bullets in it? Why? That could have solved everything right there. That would have stopped it right there. If he would have took basic gun safety, opened it up, and looked and seen if there was bullets in there, that would have solved everything. But he didn't. From
now on, if someone gives you a prop gun on a set, point it at them and say, "Are you sure it's safe?"
Well, knowing this stupid bitch, she probably would say yes. Oh yeah, I took precautions. It's a prop gun. Even though you were out back shooting it like a fucking ape earlier. Like, seriously.
That's why every time I shoot a gun, if I'm out on shooting it, I shoot it until it clicks. But I know that it's empty.
And then still check it because of a jam.
Check it. So.
My personal motto is, if you can put it up to your skull and pull the trigger, then you know it's safe. That's not proper. Don't do that. Don't say that. Anyone out there who thinks, "Oh, that's pretty," no, don't. That's they will kick your ass for that one. Trust me.
Don't listen to that man. He's just stupid.
No, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, until you can put it up to your gun and put it up to your gun, Jesus. Put it up to your temple and pull the trigger, you don't know it's empty. By that I mean, look inside the gun, like, oh, yep. Magazine's empty, the barrel's empty.
Yeah.
Modern day pistols, they give you like a rope to flush through it. Which is a transport law in some states. You gotta rope it.
Well, see, this whole thing leads us into a controversial topic of guns in America. And here's the thing. They're not going anywhere. People need to get over that. They're not going anywhere. You can fight and say guns cause violence all you want. They're not going anywhere. But here is the thing. Here's what I'm going to say. People who refuse to pick up a gun and touch one, like Alec Baldwin, and want nothing to do with them, but end up in points in their life where they do have to mess with one, they end up with no proper training. They know nothing about it. They don't know a damn thing. They pick up this gun and things like this happen. That's the bottom line of it. That's plain and clear. That's the bottom line of it. People shy away from something so much that when they actually come face to face with it, something like this happens. There's no other way to put that. So my solution, don't force people to take a fucking gun. Like, don't force people to do that. I'm not at all for forcing people to do anything unless it's like extremely, extremely serious. You have to. But at least, for the love of Christ, at least have at some point in school some little side thing, maybe for like a day. Like, just have someone come in. Yeah, see, they should still do that. Come in and teach them gun safety.
Too many people lobbied against it about how, it's just teachers, that, and, well, they didn't want to pay them. Mm-hmm. School, remember, the economy went down, and they had to start cutting stuff, and, well, their dad will teach them, was the first thing that killed that one off. I was like, yeah, but, like me, for instance, first time my dad held a gun, he shot a 12 gauge, hurt himself because he packed way too big, powerful of a shell in there, and he was, like, 6. And then he's like, guns are bad.
Yeah,
what's a dad?
Silence, fatherless one.
Yes, you have no input here.
But the biggest problem with, which is my personal opinion, the biggest problem with guns is that people are stupid. No matter what you do, people are the problem.
Mm-hmm. Like fucking cars. Cars
give a hammer to a carpenter.
than any other fucking thing in America, and people still want to talk about guns. You want to talk about what kills people? Get fucking old people off the road, goddammit. Like, seriously.
Well, let's look at it like this. Give yourself a nail, a piece of wood, and a hammer. Now, how do you hold the nail? Most people, they pinch it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they stick their fingers away. Good, you're supposed to. Now, when it comes to swinging the hammer, what a lot of people do, they swing it like apes, really high up, because they're like, oh, I want to hurry up and get it over with, or, they're just stupid. And then that's when you're like, oh, my finger! It's like, no. You ever see a carpenter that actually knows what he's doing? Ones that are experienced, like, done it for decades, they're the ones that are like, quitting, and then you see the new ones, they put it up, they bring it back an inch or two, they hammer it a few times to drive it in there, and when it's in place, they pull it back further, and then they whack, 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 whack. And you don't do the last driving one until it's, maybe like half an inch above, and then you drive it straight down.
Mm-hmm.
I learned carpentry from my grandfather. That's the only reason I know anything like that. Because he showed me that. I was like, don't hit your hands, son.
You just have to learn things to not be afraid to do it. It's like some people, you hand them a hammer and nail, if they've never messed with it, they're going to sit there and be like, oh, well, what if I pinch my hand? What if I smack my hand? Well, you just learn. You teach them how, and they probably won't ever do it again unless, it happens from time to time. Even us people who know how to do it, you hit your hand here and there. It happens.
Yeah, I hit it last week.
Yeah. But you're not doing it every other swing.
No, I like one every 200.
Yeah. Same thing with a gun.
Plebs, I've never done it.
Even if somebody is never going to touch a gun in their life, if they think they won't, they're never going to own one. For Christ's sake, just teach basic safety. Because you know what? If they're not going to touch a gun, but they're in the presence of someone who's around a gun, and they see them not operating that gun safely, you know what? They've learned how, and they can go and teach them. They can go say, hey, whoa, you're going to hurt somebody doing it like that. Here, do it like this. You can teach other people. You can show other people. You can point it out. You don't have to get taught just because you think you're going to get a gun put in your hand. You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of people don't like being pointed out that they're wrong.
And to those people, I would say call the police and tell the police that they're handling the gun wrong and that needs taken away from them.
No, Rylan. No, I'm saying people don't want to get taught because they don't want to admit that they're wrong. Because how dare they be wrong? My personal opinion is, in philosophy, if someone tells you something or corrects you, don't be mad about it. Say thank you, because now you're not spreading. Like, when I had one where I thought Japan wasn't the size that it was. I thought it was much smaller. And a guy pointed out, I was like, oh, well, thank you. Now I don't have to, sit there like a dumbass saying the wrong thing. And now I can know for sure what it actually is. Now I'm even better because I'm smarter than I was before this conversation. You have not detrimented my personal opinion of myself. You have only made it better because now I know, now I'm 100% sure. Because he pulled it up and everything. I was like, oh, yeah. See, you're only improving when someone corrects you. Because I've told my little brother, Tyler, see, Tyler, you're scared to ask a question because you think, someone will say, are you dumb or something? And I'll blatantly just say something fucking retarded so that way they get pissed off and correct me. See, I'm not afraid to ask dumb questions.
Yeah.
Because he was shy because it was about why they call pubic hair. And I just went, because it's on the pubic bone. And my dad was like, Cody, you dumbass. Because it comes from the pubic region of your hip and blah, 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 blah. I was like, see? Because it's the same as your beard hair. It's all just hair on your body. It's just that one's in a different region.
Yeah, it's good to learn stuff. Because, you get these people who with the gun and see. If we've offended any liberals here, here's the part where you realize that we're in the middle of this and we're not siding to one side of it. You get the people who grab their gun, run outside, and just start fucking shooting it. Oh, my daddy taught me all this. I got no problems with it. You ain't gonna teach me nothing I already know. Those kind of people. Those are the ones who are the fucking problems, too. Those are the ones that end up fucking shooting each other. You hear about somebody accidentally gets shot all the fucking time because they refuse to get taught anything.
Or they think the second someone steps on an inch of their land, they gotta open fire like a psychopath and kill them.
boogie.
I've shot plenty of times at people. You know what I do? I just chase them. It's fucking hilarious. We're like, oh god, he's gonna shoot me. And I'm just like, I ain't gonna shoot you, dumbass. I'm just trying to make you piss your pants. It's hysterical. Besides, a dead body don't make up bullshit about how terrifying I am. I live in an area that has a lot of theft, so anyone listening, don't get too concerned. We basically ran out the biggest proprietor of it. Not by illegal actions, mind you. We just simply told his landlord that, hey, we're tired of it, and with this many people up to the sheriff's department, which my father works for, yeah, I don't think he's going to last very long. And guess what happened to the guy? He got kicked out, and then police cruisers started patrolling around because they knew what they were selling underneath that basement of theirs. Or in the basement, because the underneath would be nothing.
I bet they were selling scalped PS5s and Xboxes.
No, worse. My Little Pony figurines in jars.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
No, they were selling drugs.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Oh, my grandmother, her other side of her siblings are part of the main family. It was like, oh, why doesn't she ever go around? Well, they're all a bunch of degenerate drug dealers and stuff, and she's like, I don't want no part of that. I just, visit my sister. And they pulled up to go to her piece of shit. It's not. Yeah, it's my great aunt's daughter. She literally was making a meth lab in the crawl space, and they had to send her to the hospital to pump her lungs because of all the chemicals she inhaled. Just to let you know how much of a piece of shit she is. But don't worry, they pulled up, saw me, and they're like, I just went, hey, because they were trying to act like that isn't what they're for. I was like, oh, Flesh is in the trailer over there, mate. And he was like, I was like, I don't give a fuck. It's just, don't steal from me and you're alright, buddy. If they want to take drugs and kill themselves, fine. Self-solving problem.
Oh, shit. Dude, that's just kind of fucking funny, though. Like, literally just fucking so goddamn stupid. You're literally cooking with chemicals, and you don't even think, oh, maybe it's not a good idea. I shove my face directly in this in the smallest fucking place possible.
It's that or work. And you know damn well they'll never work.
Yeah, they'd rather fucking live in the shittiest conditions doing that than anything else.
Oh, she has kids for welfare checks.
Oh, of course.
Soon as one gets too old, gets knocked up again.
Damn, that's fucking pathetic.
Yeah. That's the problem with their last name. There's two different variants of them, and I feel so sorry for the good ones.
You get a bad reputation.
They're good people. They contribute to society so much, and then you have those who actively siphon enough out of society to take up 3 families worth of constant diligence and tax money.
Oh, God. Gotta fucking love it.
Yeah. Oh, they used to sell food stamps, too. Back when food stamps were a thing. Like actual stamps.
Of course they fucking did.
Well, yeah, you can't buy drugs with food stamps, son. Well, I mean, yeah, you can, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Fuck.
You gotta have that cold hard cash. The return rate isn't as much as the cold hard cash.
Apparently not.
You guys see where I get my hatred of degenerates from?
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like, oh, he's probably just raised in a safe home and blah blah. I was like, no, I've been around him. I've seen it. I've been on a drug deal before. They all thought I was gonna be all nervous, like, hey, wait, whoa, he's this. I was like, just give him a shit and let's go, Jesus. Like, oh, it's like, quit acting like a bunch of fucking retards and you won't draw attention to yourself. Casualty. No, okay, that sounds okay. Wrong word. Being casual is the key to being invisible. Drugs Inc. National Geographic. There was one guy, and he was super smart. I love him to death. I hope he does well in life. But he's like, everyone else is running around, gang banging, acting like retards. Me, I just do the deliveries, and I get my boss's pay. That's why I'm going to move up in the world. And you know what happened? Everyone else he started out with got shot, killed, And him, well, he's a full-time just driver. He's got a mansion now and all kinds of stuff. By mansion, I mean like, inner city style mansion where it's actually just a nice home.
Yeah.
But relative to what they have, that's pretty good.
In other words, a house.
A house.
Yeah. Not an apartment complex that's...
I'm sorry.
But in another podcast, we'll discuss the issues with history and housing markets and, certain areas for certain peoples designed to keep them out of sight, out of mind, and stay there and rot there forever. Because again, if anyone thinks we're one way or the other, we assure you, we are straight down the middle. We are educated in certain things.
Of course we are.
And I'm a man of the truth, not some opinion.
Like gun safety shoots a shot up into my ceiling. Oops.
No, I actually shot I'm holding right now the shell of a round. I shot into the air because I was trying to hit something to knock it down. It was a mushroom, and I missed. I was like, oh, okay. And my neighbor swept it up off of his porch, and I went, well, there you go. That's why you don't shoot in the air. It was straight up in the air. The wind was blowing towards his house, so that was the biggest thing. I wasn't shooting at an angle away.
You want to know where else you need to be safe at? On the internet.
Where?
And you know how you can be safe on the internet? By using
With our sponsor, NordVPN.
I hate all of you. I hate both of you.
Wait,
NordVPN
you
not
did...
only allows you to stay safe on the internet, but you can also use it to access Netflix videos from other parts of the country and the world that might not be available.
Now to hear from our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. See? NordVPN, you can ban Hey, you all want to know what I be doing when I'm not DJing? I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends. Because I think hip-hop is still cool for some reason. Bow, bow, booga-digga-dow, boo, chee, booga-digga-digga-doo. The kittens are looking at me like, damn, he's retarded. Doot-up, boop-up,
We better stop. What if they try to sponsor us someday?
Sir, unlike you, I'm not a shill for the simplest of cash. I have honor and
I
pride.
guarantee you if they offer us like $1,000, $2,000 to split between us, you would fucking take up on that instantly.
How much money is that?
I'm sorry,
How much money
Mommy?
is that?
Sorry, Mommy. I'm sorry, Mommy.
How much money is that? Come on, divide it for me.
Divide it?
2,000 divided by 3.
1,000 divided by 3. I don't like division.
$750.
750?
Almost. Like,
Oh, 750?
650.
No, Taiwan.
650.
Taiwan made up word. Why you speak of Taiwan? Taiwan don't happen. You're so silly, so silly. Go out, play outside. Go home, man.
and now we've turned to racism to be funny. We caught it.
No, that's just the Chinese government.
Wouldn't it literally be like 650 though? Like about
650.
No, guys, I did the math.
350.
You guys both get $1 each, and I keep the rest. It's only fair.
Makes sense.
Trust me.
Makes perfect sense.
Sir, I'm Jewish. I think I know what's going on here, alright?
Oh my
Trust
God.
the Jew when it comes to money. Hey, it's alright. I'm Jewish. I can say these things, alright?
Fair enough. You have the...
I can say these things.
I guess it's okay as long as you are Jewish.
Where's your funny little hat?
They cut it off the tip of my penis. Everyone else talks about smegma, and I'm like, ha, I've been circumcised.
I think
Mohabagush magash.
placed in the episode today.
Now let's talk about why black people are the problems ruining America.
Oh my god, okay, yep.
That's from Key and Peele. The Black Ice. If you guys haven't seen that skit, please do look it up. It's hysterical.
for
tuning in. Thanks for tuning in today. We will talk
I'm going to say the gamer word. No.
He fucking left.
We will talk to you in the next podcast. Goodbye.
When I say the gaming word.